welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. And if you like videos like these, please subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, that way you get all my videos. Now on to the video. We are going to talk about motivation and lost motivation. Here lately I hit a slump, and I just couldn't get myself to do anything. I pretty much, the only way that I can explain this is I felt like the little emoji meh. Like nothing excited me. I just, didn't have any motivation to do anything. So this is kind of where the 10 tips came into play, and I figured I would make a video about it, maybe to help you out. All right, so let's get on to the video. The first tip that I have is, if you're just not really feeling it and you don't really need a lot of stuff to help motivate you, you just need maybe some good music, a good podcast, watching YouTube videos. That would usually get me just going right there. Putting on my favorite music, getting me kind of, excited, and just more not wanting to just sit on the couch, sleep, do nothing, or just, the whole meh feeling, I don't really want to do anything today. Usually music just gets me started. Also, like I said, YouTube videos, cleaning videos, just watching inspirational type videos. Mel Robbins is a very good YouTuber to watch. I love her. The 5-second rule, counting back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just going. That gives your brain, when you're sitting there trying to tell yourself 500 things like why you shouldn't be doing this, she says use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method and just go. So those are some of the steps that I do when, that do help me. So number 2 is set a timer for 5 minutes. Study shows that when you set a timer and you start working on something just for 5 minutes, the initial overwhelmed feeling goes away, because usually you're looking at a task and you're so overwhelmed because it's huge. So if you tell yourself, if I just give myself 5 minutes and do this for 5 minutes, that takes the huge overwhelmed feeling away, because you're not going, okay, well, this is going to take me 3 hours to do, or an hour and a half, or something like that. Or if you're in college and you're studying and you've got 2 hours worth of studying, well, I'm just going to take 5 minutes. And like I said, the study says that when you do the 5 minutes, chances are you're going to keep working. 80% of people keep going. So you'll end up getting the majority of it done, finishing it all, getting a huge chunk of it, something. So just start doing something for 5 minutes. Number 3, change up your routine. Do something different. You are getting burnt out. Usually when you lose your motivation, you're burnt out. You don't really want to do anything because it's the same mundane crap over and over and over. And you don't want to do that. So if maybe you have a routine, if you do it backwards, or you do it from the middle and then grab the thing that you do, from the start or something, if you can do that. Or just, say today, I'm not going to do this, but I am going to go and do something fun. I'm going to, just change it up. You could go get your errands done. Say you don't have to do that until Friday, but you decide that, hey, if I get this done, then I'll feel better about doing such and such tomorrow, like cleaning the house or, whatever it is. Even, going out, just walking around somewhere, going shopping, doing something else to get you out of that same rut. Doing the same thing over and over again will help. I like to do that a lot anyway, just so that I don't get so burnt out on stuff. Especially when I start feeling like I'm getting burnt out, I'll change it up a little bit, and it does seem to work. Number 4, exercise, movement, dancing. Kind of goes along with number 1, playing like music. You can start dancing around. I've noticed that when I just kind of just feel down or irritated that day for no reason, or just lazy, don't want to do anything, if I do some type of movement, whether that is dancing around to music or running or yoga, something. I mean, you don't have to go full out run, but just movement, walking for a few minutes outside, getting into nature, that will refresh you. That'll start energizing you. It definitely takes your bad mood away. I have found out, and I love that. So like when I was going on runs and stuff, through the trails that we have out here, I would just be, having just an irritated day, been stuck at home all day, the kids have been driving me insane, you know, and then just doing that run would just take it away, and I felt good. So I would definitely suggest exercise, movement, something like that, and that will get you out of a rut also. Number 5, brain dump. Now this is where you take a piece of paper and you just start writing all the crap that is in your head, because the more we keep up here, the more overwhelmed we have. If we could just take what's going on in here and just write it all down, you will feel a lot more refreshed. I really like to do this when I wake up. I do this thing, it's called morning pages. Now it's not something you have to do whatsoever to accomplish what I'm saying, but I will take, I have a notebook and I will sit there and I will write 3 pages of just everything that comes out of your mind. You don't think, you just write, and that will just kind of take all the clutter out, where I have a fresh start in the day. I'm introverted, so I really do think that that could be it. I'm not very extroverted, so I don't know if this would help for you guys, but you definitely try it out. Journaling, things like that has always helped me feel better and get that clutter out. And I have noticed that a lot of stuff that's just going in my head will actually make it to where I don't want to do anything and I'm overwhelmed all the time. Once I brain dump and get all that out, I feel 1,000 times better and I'm ready to start and do the day. That's why I do it first thing in the morning, and I try to make it a habit. That way, you know, I mean, it could be anything, because yesterday, so-and-so, you know, Joan could have irritated you and said something mean, or the person in front of you cut you off, and you're just kind of carrying all those things with you, or, you know, you just had so much to do, or something that was bothering you, you didn't even know was bothering you. So when you're brain dumping, those things come out and you're able to release it, let it go, and move on. Number 6 is self-care. I highly believe in self-care, and I think that we need to do that often. If it's even every night, if you can fit something in. Now this doesn't mean you know, go to the spa and get a massage every day and do all this stuff. Now if you can do it, yes. I mean, what person wouldn't want to do that? But this is just taking a couple minutes out for yourself. Maybe make a routine of it, like you take a bath every night before bed. That's your self-care. You take time out to do something you like, paint your nails, go get a pedicure, manicure, something like that on the weekend, get a massage every weekend. Or what I like to do is I like to take a bath. I love that, and I will take, you know, about an hour in there and just kind of be by myself. I need alone time. I'm introverted. That's how I recharge. If I'm around people all the time, it's very draining. Now I do love people, I just can't be around them all the time. I have to take time alone and just recharge. I love reading a book, doing stuff like that, listening to music, brain dumping, whatever, just my own time, get all that crap out. You know, you could watch, binge watch something on Netflix. Sometimes just that recharge of being by yourself, resting, self-care type stuff would really help. Whatever your self-care is, I would do that. What mine, you know, mine is, like I said, being by myself. I love being in nature. Sitting there by the river that we have over here is my happiness. I love, you know, walking through the trails, doing stuff like that. That is not everyone's cup of tea. Some people like to be out with people, you know. So whatever it is, definitely take some self-care time, because like I said before, I really do believe that when you are you know, just burnt out, no motivation, it's because you're not taking the time for yourself. You're not doing things that you have to do for you to keep you motivated. All right, number 7 is eating clean, detoxing. I know that may sound kind of odd, but what I've noticed is I eat a lot of junk, just a lot of processed stuff, going out to eat, doing stuff like that. I start feeling very, very sluggish. And when I start eating whole foods, veggies, stuff like that, even some people, you know, do detoxes, juice cleanses, just eating a smoothie in the morning instead of a big breakfast, or, you know, doing that for breakfast and lunch and then eating a dinner, something like that. Just eating clean, cleaning out your system does help give you a lot more energy and makes you feel so much better. And when I do that, I get a lot of, energy from that. Usually I do it for, I try to make a habit of eating clean and doing stuff like that, but life happens. I'm a mom, I'm busy. We're going to go to a fast food restaurant on occasion. It's just going to happen. Now, the people that don't, you're awesome. It's goals for me. But we still, do the last minute stuff. I didn't prepare, enough for whatever. So when you do feel kind of just sluggish, I definitely would recommend just doing some type of eating clean detox, something like that, and that should restart you too. Number 8 is take time alone, kind of like what I was saying before. If you're introverted, extroverted, this is really going to depend on which one you do. But for me, it would be taking time alone, being alone for the day, just, being left alone. Or if you can't do it for a day, a good chunk of the day, a few hours, something like that, do that, and that'll help you. If you're extroverted, get out with some friends, because that's how you get recharged. Go with people you like being around. Go whatever you like doing. Go out to eat with a friend. Go to the movies. Do something. Even if you are introverted, sometimes going to the movies and being out with people will help you too. Changing up that routine like I was talking about before. But just take some time out and be alone or get with friends, but try to do something that isn't responsibility. You just have to get away from that sometimes. Sometimes you're just really burnt out and you need to just set everything down and go have some fun. And whatever your ideal of fun is, go do that. Number 9, take time off. And that kind of goes with number 8 in a sense, but this will be taking time off. Maybe it's just resting in bed. Lay in bed all day, watch Netflix all day, do nothing. Now, if you cannot do that, you have a job, you have to do that, and you're just burnt out that day, you have kids, do the bare minimum of what you can do. So that means if you've got to go to work, of course you can't do the bare minimum, you got to do your job, but when you come home, do the bare minimum. Make sure, that's when you get takeout, or you put some of the responsibilities on somebody else. Have somebody else take up your stuff for that day. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Like if, your husband can do it or a friend can do it or whatever, if you can just not do anything when you come home. That means if you have, some, a date that you have to do or something, with friends that night or something like that, cancel. Just tell them you're just not feeling up to it. That's okay. You can do that. You don't have to stick to everything all the time. Sometimes you have to take time for yourself, and that comes first. And it does. I mean, health-wise and everything else, if we don't take time for ourselves, we go down. And then it's kind of like the whole, you're in an airplane and they always say put your oxygen mask on first and then put it on your child. That means if you aren't getting enough oxygen or if your cup isn't full, how can you take care of anybody else? You have to make sure you are okay. So rest. Take that time off and do nothing or just the bare minimum. And number 10 is pretty much like number 9. I have rest, and that's it. Sometimes you can do every single one of those things that are on my list, and you are just still going to be just meh. And that's where I was. I was just meh. And I had to it took me about a week just to get back to normal, where I was motivated and wanting to do things again. And I just needed rest. That's really what I needed. I was burnt out from everything. I was eating clean. I was doing stuff like that. I was moving. I was trying everything, but I think I just needed all of those plus the rest. You'll know just kind of based on how you feel and what's not working. Usually 90% of the time, doing the first couple ones on that, you'll be right in there, getting motivated again. But if you're extremely burnt out like I was, you may need all of them. You may just need to rest, and there's nothing wrong with that. I try, if I can, to just take a day, maybe once a month. I don't try to do it all the time just because I can't. I am a mom. But when my husband's home, I will stay in bed all day, once a month, and watch Netflix and, just take that time out. If I didn't do that, I couldn't function really. I mean, it would just start building up, and I'd start getting crabbier and snapping at people and stuff like that. So I need that. I just think everybody needs a day off. I mean, an actual day off. Especially when you're a mom, you don't really get that. Now, there are moms that are single moms that are going, okay, Jennivy, how am I supposed to do this? Sometimes you just, like I said, it goes on to the number 9. You do the bare minimum. You lay in bed, you do nothing except for the bare minimum for your kids, and you guys just take that day off, whatever it is. Like, if they've got stuff going, you know, you try to pick a day where not much is going on. See if you can cancel things, do stuff like that, and just take the day off. Well, anyway, I hope that you enjoyed these tips. I hope it helps in some way to help you get back and be productive and motivated again. I know they helped me, and that's what's worked for me, so I thought I would just share with you. And if you like videos like these, like I said, please click subscribe and give me a thumbs up. That way I know that you like it, and I'll keep making more of these. All right, thank you. Bye.